welcome to Magny-Cours here in the centre of France for the second meeting of the FIA 2011 Formula 2 Championship. Rounds 3 and 4 we've got coming up for you this weekend. We've got the green flag waved from the back of the field, and now we just wait for the lights. The engine revs rise then. Who's going to get the best getaway when the lights go out? It's there away, and it's a sliding start from Brundle, but I think he's just about got a good start. Tobias Hegervold didn't get a good one. Brundle does make an excellent start, actually. Jack Clark looking up the inside of Ramon Pinheiro, but it's Miki Monras into second position as they all tiptoe their way around the Grand Cours for the first time. So it's Monras up into second place. Third has gone Christopher Zanella. Pinheiro there in fourth. Jack Clark has made his way up to fifth place. So Mirko Bortolotti loses a few positions. The rest of the field round their way through Estoril Corner now and head up towards the Adelaide hairpin. Are we going to see some overtaking? Ramon Pinheiro is looking racy to try and get third position from behind Christopher Zanella as they make their way through the spray. So it's Brundle in the lead, Monras in a fairly comfortable second position, then it's Zanella in third, and they all very, very slow. I think Zanella's gone wide there. Ramon Pinheiro might be able to get up the inside on the exit, and he has. Ramon Pinheiro up into third position. We've got some slower cars on the exit. Jack Clark is now up into almost fourth place. He's going side by side with Will Bratt. That's a good start from Will Bratt, actually, and Will Bratt is through past Jack Clark. So from 8th on the grid, Bratt has made a good start, but they're all safely through the first half a lap.
Too much wheel spin there for Zanella off the line, and it's allowed Monras to get up into second. And Monras very quick in the opening stages in qualifying, so it'll be interesting if Clark loses it. Yeah,
Jack Clark spins. It's not really a corner there in the dry, but in the wet it is. So Jack Clark has spun just to the left of our camera shot. The yellow flags are waving. Oh, and that's backwards into the barrier for Mihai Marinescu. That's his rear wing broken, and that is going to be him out of the race. So watching him, I haven't figured out where Jack Clark is. I think he's recovering there, right down the back of the field. So you can see the standings as we watch Kelvin Snooks make his way into Chateau d'Eau, but the top 4 or 5 now starting to make a break. There's Mirko Bortolotti currently running in 6th, and so I think then up into 7th place has gone John Lancaster. We'll wait for confirmation as they cross the line. Zanella is coming under pressure now from Will Bratt, who didn't feel he got the most out of the qualifying session. Side by side a little bit further back, but here we go then. Brundle has a 2-second lead over Miki Monras. Pinheiro and Zanella almost together as they cross the line. Bratt in 5th. 6th place is Mirko Bortolotti. And there is James Cole. Has he had a spin, perhaps? Where is he? He's just coming out of Chateau d'Eau. And, oh, there we go. He just got on the power a bit too soon. So his best qualifying of the season is ruined, sadly. And he's going to drop right down to the back of the field, along with Jack Clark. So Mihai Marinescu, I presume, is out of this race after collecting the barriers. Hopefully we won't need a safety car. Now here's John Lancaster in this black machine that was piloted by Tom Gladys last time around. He's going to be coming under pressure here from Tobias Hegervold. Hegervold looks to the outside under braking, and that's not really going to be the place to get past. There's Mihai Marinescu disconsolately leaving his car. Now we're seeing a replay. Look in the background, Mihai Marinescu, oh, he just drops it, doesn't he? So it doesn't seem to be that wet, but well, not quite an aquaplane, but just putting the power down a little too eagerly. 18 laps to go then in the third round of the Formula 2 2011 Championship. Zanella trying to cool down his tyres. Christopher Zanella, who's running in third position now, Jolyon.
And the track really now is getting into a kind of a greasy stage, really. There's no standing water, but just very slippery. And you see the drivers are really fighting the car, and they're going to be careful, but at the same time, at this point in the race, just got to keep pushing. And yeah, Zanella edging away from Pinheiro now, and it'll be interesting to see if he can start making inroads into Monras. And you can see Zanella on the straights just trying to cool the tyres now a little bit, and I think Brundle might be starting to experience a few problems with the tyres. There's a dry line coming, and the wet tyres just can't handle it, just getting really worn down, and the grooves just eventually have nothing left.
And Ramon Pinheiro doesn't really have an answer to this at the moment, does he? He's dropped some 6 seconds behind Zanella. So is Zanella going to catch Monras before Monras can catch Brundle? I would predict so. They're just still struggling to get the power down. No other changes inside the top 10. Benjamin Arish is up to 11th place, actually, on his home race. So he is staring a points position very nearly in the face, but not quite. He needs to make up another position. as Natalia Kowalska is currently running at the back of the field. James Cole still out there, but after his couple of spins, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed, actually, because he had his best qualifying of the season. So the top three, Brundle, Monras and Zanella, in that order, making their way into the Nürburgring chicane, Imola chicane, I beg your pardon. And, well, no doubt Brundle can see Miki Monras closing in on him. The gap was down to 2.4 seconds at the end of that last lap. And again, I would predict it's come down once more. Well, I can actually tell you, looking at the middle sector times, can't I? So 0.6 of a second quicker in the first sector was Monras, and 0.1 of a second quicker in the second sector. So it's 0.7 of a second at the moment that Miki Monras has made up on Alex Brundle in the first 2/3 of the lap, and Zanella is flying. He's really pushing it.
I think really you just got to get past everyone in front of you as quick as possible. So he'll be trying to pass Monras, and Monras looks like he's dropped a little bit further back from Brundle, and now Zanella pressuring him quite hard now, and this could be a good run up into the Adelaide hairpin.
Yeah, Zanella was 0.6 of a second quicker than Monras on that last lap. The young Swiss was delighted to pick up his first podium, albeit inherited after Will Bratt's disqualification. Will Bratt still running there in 7th place. But now, look at this, Monras is right onto the back of Brundle, so it looks as though Brundle is quite weak in that first sector, actually, isn't he? Because he lost a lot of time on the last lap there, and he lost 1.1 seconds there in this lap alone. So, well, by turn 5, Alex Brundle had lost 1.1 seconds to Miki Monras. There he is, winding their way through the Nürburgring chicane. And it's only a matter of time, I think, before we see a challenge for the lead. And it depends how many boosts these guys have got left, because they haven't been in battles so far. Zanella noses one up the inside into 180. I think that was just an example of differing lines. But I don't think these guys will have used boost so far, I wouldn't have thought, Jolyon, because they haven't really, apart from perhaps Zanetta, haven't really been battling. So it's going to be interesting to see their boost strategies. This is going to be down into the Lycée Pan. He's going to have a look up the inside, and Christopher Zanella slides up into 2nd place if he can get it stopped in time, and he can. So Zanella from second on the grid, is now back up into 2nd place, and he's going to hunt down Alex Brundle this time. You can see that coming a mile off. It looked as though he may well have used a boost. What has Miki Monras got in response? So a change for 2nd position. That's going to help Alex Brundle, but with 13 laps to go, Zanella, even though he made an overtaking manoeuvre, was still 0.4 of a second quicker than Brundle that last time around. And look how quickly he's pulled away from Miki Monras. So these first sector times will tell us a lot, because this is where Brundle's been weak. Here's the replay, and I think he just caught Monras unaware there, Jolyon.
Well, Zanella's been doing that line into the Lycée hairpin for quite a few laps now, isn't it?
Now, will we see Christopher Zanella? Of course, Brundle won't have seen that move last lap around. Oh, but he's gone a little bit wide, and Brundle's on the grass, and Christopher Zanella takes the lead of the race. A mistake from Alex Brundle, just being put under pressure, and Christopher Zanella, the young man from Switzerland, the 22-year-old from Switzerland, 21-year-old, sorry, moves into the lead. Down into the Lycée hairpin they come. And now, can he begin to pull away from Brundle in 2nd place? Zanella's lead is now up to 5.4 seconds. So Zanella in a complete league of his own at the moment with 9 laps to go. They're coming up towards lapping Natalia Kowalska. And, well, Miki Monras has been interesting today, Jolyon, because he seems to be really quick, and then he suddenly seems to drop back. Is this the attack from Hegevold? It is. He's obviously used the boost to get up alongside, and Tobias Hegevold moves up into the final podium position. He'll park it on the apex to not let Monras get a chance. He slides the car on the exit, and Miki Monras then demoted to 4th place unless he fancies a look into the inside of the Nürburgring. Hegevold defends it, splashes through the water on the inside line. Can he get it stopped in time? Yes, he can. Good racing here between these two, and Tobias Hegevold moves up into 3rd. Does Miki Monras have anything in response? And this is the continuing battle then for 2nd position, turning through 180R. Heading up towards the Imola chicane, Hegevold perhaps using his boost because he's right onto the back of Brundle now. He looks to the outside. That's not really going to be an overtaking opportunity unless he's super brave and super skillful, but he's going to try and get the switchback out of the corner. Brundle going defensive in all the right places. This is going to be an excellent scrap, but can Brundle hold on for the last 8 laps of the race? He goes deep in again. Hegevold not quite close enough to make it through. Now, this is where we saw Zanella make a move earlier on. Will Hegevold be on the boost button? And will Brundle have any boost left to counteract that? Hegevold swings into the outside line, not close enough this time around. Under braking now for Lise, and surely Jolyon, his next opportunity is going to be to get on that boost heading up towards the Adelaide hairpin.
Definitely, and they're both catching up to Abadin now to lap him, so this is not what Brundle would want. Abadin's got out of the way there already, so that's good for Brundle. But yeah, Hegerveld will now look for the next lap, and he's got the pace at the moment, so I think it's probably a matter of time, and Brundle might have boost left, but he's going to have to use them well, I think. Oh, Hegerveld running wide though.
Just about keeps it on the circuit, doesn't he? There's no gravel there, as I said earlier, so he is able to stay in that position. But as a result, he has dropped a little bit back from behind Alex Brundle. Mickey Monras there, just keeping a watching brief now in 4th position. It's Pinheiro in 5th still. Hegerveld darting out to the inside, I think, to try and put Alex Brundle off more than anything. Has it worked? Yes, it has. Alex Brundle goes deep into the Adelaide hairpin, and Tobias Hegerveld moves up into 2nd place. Brundle now, with that mistake, could be coming under pressure from Mickey Monras. No, Monras not quite close enough. So you wonder if Brundle was distracted there just a little bit. You see all this darting around in people's mirrors, Jolyon. How much does it actually put a driver off? Do they really get confused by it?
Well, not really, but Brundle there just making a little mistake. He made a mistake also in front of Zanella earlier on, so those mistakes have cost him.
Here is a battle between Will Bratt now coming under pressure from Timo Storz. So Timo Storz up into 9th place. He's a man on a bit of a charge, isn't he? As they head through the Imola chicane. And so where did Timo Storz start? 13th place on the grid, wasn't it, for Timo? His best result has been 14th so far, which he picked up at Silverstone. So it's going to be interesting. Can he make it? Well, he's already into the points. Can he pick up an 8th place, which will then herald 4 World Championship points, or Championship points, as you say. Now we've got the final lap graphic has just come up on the screen. So is this race going to be curtailed because of it's obviously being run at a slower pace? So have we reached the time limit rather than the distance limit? It would seem so. That's going to be a bit frustrating for Mickey Monras, but not frustrating at all for this man, Christopher Zanella. Makes his way into the Lycée Pan for the final time. And a very commanding drive from Christopher Zanella makes him see the checker flag, and he wins sideways here at Magny-Cours. Even more sideways behind him is Sung-Ak Mun. 2nd place is going to be Tobias Hegerveld, and Alex Brundle will hold on to take 3rd position, which he will be delighted with, just to get some points on the board after a dismal display. A dismal weekend at Silverstone. Yep, there he is, arm in the air, he's chuffed. Mickey Monras, perhaps a little disappointed to come home in 4th. Pinheiro 5th, only just ahead of Mirko Bortolotti in 6th. John Lancaster, his debut in the series, we'll see him come home in 7th position.